Mm. Hey, welcome back, Taurians. All right, let's get into this, shall we? Let's take a look at who's coming toward Taurus. We have got the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Someone who has either felt very isolated, very much like an island, somebody who could actually be fairly melancholy, but it's like they are leaving behind a very lonely chapter of their life. Wait a second. So, why are they coming toward Taurus? They could be an earth energy, they could be an air energy. Knight of Swords and the Death card. Okay, this is somebody who's finally decided, and they may be sending a letter or a message first, but they have finally decided, at least the way I see this, they've decided to go ahead and move toward Taurus because they want something different for themselves. They want a different life. They could be a Scorpio. They could be definitely strong Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. They're hoping they can share a mood with Taurus. We've got out of our little charm abalone shell over there. But hang on. We also have got the Scorpio again with the Judgment card coming out in this little tarot Judgment card. And we've also got the Strength card, so strong Leo coming out. I'm sorry, I know that's really hard to see in this lighting, but they're miniature like tarot card pendants that you can put on necklaces, but I like them as charms too. So we may have Leo and we may have them coming out as Scorpio, but the way I would read it is this is somebody who has made a decision either to quit doing something that was really keeping them stuck, keeping them isolated, keeping them away from Taurus, making them sad. They finally have the courage to change something. Now, let me just ask about the mood, because we had two mood rings. I don't know why, but I keep looking at those and I'm picturing it like wedding bands. So we have the Hermit and we have the World card. All I keep seeing again and again is this person wants a new beginning. They want to do everything different, and it does feel like they're coming back from dark night of the soul. They've been hurting over something, they were mourning something, and they had isolated themselves. They had walled themselves off for a period of time, or climbed up, onto the top of a, some place where nobody could reach them for a while. And they want to come home is what I want to say. Even here, I don't know if this person actually literally traveled. Maybe they went off grid. Maybe they went away for a period of time, and they've been missing Taurus from what we can see here. But it's been a long time. They've been gone a long time is what it says, at least half a year. And now they are sending a letter. What is it that they want to say to Taurus and all that? That Knight of Swords is a sudden, Taurus could get a sudden text. They could get a sudden email. Six of Pentacles, Ten of Wands. I'm ready to come home. I finally found the answers that I needed. I finally, maybe they went and they spent some serious time talking to a therapist or a counselor. Maybe they spent a couple months working on themselves. But this says, I want to come home and I want to work with you. I want to talk truth to you. They could be a Libra. We do have the Libra scales there on the teapot, and this is pouring the tea. This is speaking the truth. It's like they found an answer inside themselves that they needed. And I feel like this letter that they write could be a fairly long, fairly verbose thing. It might just be to say, I'm on my way back. Here's what I've discovered. I've discovered that I need to talk to you in person about, and then they might proceed to write everything that they need to say in person. But it's like, this is the gist of it. This person does seem to suddenly want to communicate everything. Let me ask, where were they? We keep seeing them as isolated someplace. Ace of Swords, Strength card in the reverse. They could have been trapped in their own mind. Sometimes we can go away by not going away at all. Even people living in the same house, even people in the same relationship can ignore each other to the point where it's like, wow, it's like you're just checked out. It's like you're just gone. You're just not here. Because this says they went away in their own mind to find the truth that they needed to find. And I would say that stays true here as well. They had to move on from some kind of hurt or trauma that was their own to deal with. It was something that made them feel cold inside. It didn't have anything to do with Taurus. This was their own thing. Maybe it's been a lifetime of feeling this way, and they're just now finally ready to change that. The only thing is, If they only went away in their own mind, they wouldn't have to like write a letter and say, I'm coming back, I'm coming home. There was some kind of fear energy, some kind of depleted energy. It was like, I feel like they stayed away from Taurus because they didn't really have the energy to face some truths about what, like questions Taurus might want to know the answers to. They really had to go silent for a while and fix what they had to inside of themselves for themselves, is what this looks like to me. Hang on, wrong deck. We gotta go. I think is this the one that I want? No, I'm sorry, it isn't. I want this one instead, I think. I want some bright imagery, but I was in my brain, I have to like see the pictures, the brightness level that I'm looking for. We've got a Queen of Swords. They may know that Taurus has a right to be mad if they've been gone a long time. They may, or maybe the last time they talked to Taurus, they were particularly caustic. Let me see. The Tower in the reverse, the Page of Coins. I think this is them saying, I know you might be angry at me. I know that this is something that I'm wondering if they left, Taurus wrote them something that was angry or said something that was angry and they just were silent. And so everything was left unfinished. It wasn't closure. It wasn't anything. I feel like they're trying to say they want to address all that. What is let's just check in with Taurus. Okay, now I'll go with that other deck. Tell me just about Taurus on this topic. The Seven of Swords and the Six of Cups. Taurus has been telling themselves again and again, you know what? It's a lie. It's soulmate. They're not coming back. It's a lie. They weren't a soulmate. But at the same time, it's, we can sit there and say that all day long, but this card is upright. Taurus can rail and say that they're not a soulmate. They're not anybody for me to think about. They're not coming back. This isn't something that's ever going to happen. They don't care about me, blah, blah, blah. And actually this says, Taurus's guides say, but they are a soulmate and they are coming back. This is somebody who still has a place in Taurus's life. Who is this person in Taurus's mind? Who are they to Taurus? Eight of Pentacles. They are somebody who had a lot of work to do. How does Taurus know this person? The Seven of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Hermit. I was going to say maybe Taurus has worked with them before, and now we have that Seven of Pentacles. So this is somebody Taurus has known for a long time. Yes, maybe they met through the workplace, or maybe Taurus acknowledges it. We met and we had a long-term connection already, and there was all this happiness until they went and they checked out and went down dark road of the dark night of the soul. It almost feels like it was a long-term connection, even if they met initially through work. And then things, I feel like this person just like closed off, and it's like, but we were good. And then they were silent, and then they just kind of like withdrew into themselves. That could be really hurtful and really confusing. How does Taurus feel about that Queen of Swords card that they saw, the Chariot sideways? They might be addressing Taurus. I know you probably don't want to hear from me. You probably don't want me to say I'm coming back home. And Taurus might actually have said something like, don't think you can come back here if, this is what I'm getting. So they might not be very off base with, their assumption that Taurus could be really angry at them. Taurus might be like, well, I'm really not sure that I would want to deal with them anymore. How is Taurus going to feel hearing from this person? Page of Wands. I can't help it. They're intrigued. What more does this person have to say? What is this all about? What is supposed to happen with this? There is still a spark. There is a Nine of Cups and an Ace of Wands. It even might be Taurus's wish that they would actually hear something from this person, that there could be this passion, this spark. It's on the other hand, I can also say that Taurus's life might be like, I only give to things that have loyalty to me. So maybe hearing from them makes me happy. Maybe I am glad to hear from them, but I don't know exactly what that means just yet either. Let me get another one. Magician. See, on this storyline, it actually says, despite everything, Taurus has been trying to manifest this person back. And yet it's like, stop in the name of love. It feels like you should be singing Supremes, right? Taurus has been calling them in and also saying, whoa, just stop right there. Yeah, I've been calling you back in, but what do you have to say to me? Because I don't understand. I feel like all this time Taurus has felt like I deserve answers. I deserve a response. I deserve to hear the resolution to my confusion and all this. This feels like this person was deeply confusing to Taurus. And I can understand how Taurus would feel like I deserve an answer. Is Taurus going to get the full disclosure? I mean, it feels like that's exactly what they're trying to do. The world. Yeah, this is pretty much a rundown of absolutely everything, including how much they've grown, what has changed. This person going to have a big old beard, bushy eyebrows. Taurus may have known them since they were young and, peach fuzz face. So this really does feel like a long-term commitment kind of relationship where it was or certainly a lot of time has passed since when Taurus knew them versus who they are now. They could look different. They could have grown a beard. Facial hair can change, in 5 days flat, if you're a dude. But it does show a lot of change, a lot of transformation. Wow, 6 of Swords and the Ace of Swords. This person, they did what they had to cut through whatever it was they were going through. It was very much a them issue. It wasn't to do with Taurus. Taurus was kind of like the casualty in their dark night of the soul because they checked out in order to move themselves emotionally or in their thoughts on from something. Whether it was a trauma they were dealing with, whatever this was, they had to wrap their head around it. And I do think that it was a really big thing. And they had to be strong enough to face it. Remember, we've had the strength card. We had it here in the pendant. We also had it in the reverse in the cards. And so I'm thinking that they have needed to get themselves something resurfaced for them, some kind of trauma, some kind of hurt. What made something resurface for them that they had to check out and go deal with it? Okay, it was definitely a trauma or a hurt. We have the Lovers, we have the 3 of Swords, and we have the Moon. It is something they did not share with Taurus. It is something that shook their confidence about themselves. It's something that either made them think they were incapable of being loved. I don't think it was a memory of some past lover giving them a heartbreak, but I do think it's something that they thought like they were undeserving, unworthy of love, something that impacted them to the point where they thought Taurus wouldn't pick them. Can I just get one more on that? The Hermit. It made them have to go down the dark night of the soul. What did they learn on that when they checked out and they just kind of stayed away? We have the Sun. They found their way back toward the light. They discovered that, you know what, maybe I'm more than the things I've gone through in life. I'm more than the traumas and the hurts that I've gone through. Maybe they figured out that they shouldn't be staying away from someone that they care about because they're worried about, am I lovable? Would Taurus love me if, despite my flaws or, whatever I believe is tarnished about me? They had to work on their own personal happiness for sure. This is somebody, I don't know how long they checked out for, but I'm thinking it was pretty hurtful the way they did it. Are they really going to be able to explain all this to Taurus and get Taurus to comprehend and to maybe open up to them again and feel safe with them? We have a King of Cups sideways. This says it kind of depends on what level of emotion they're giving off. 3 of Pentacles, it says they're going to have to work their way back into Taurus's world. They're really going to have to work on gaining trust with Taurus again. Taurus may not allow them to come and visit right away. Taurus might say, I'd rather talk a little bit. You notice that there's more letter writing. Taurus might say, no, I don't want to see you face to face right now. There's so many things I don't understand. make me understand. You know, it could be something like that where Taurus is giving them the space to communicate. But I think Taurus is pretty protective of themselves at the moment, even though they've been manifesting this. But it's like they want to hear what really happened before they determine whether or not they open themselves back up to like even seeing this person eyeball to eyeball for a bit. Okay, so there's some guarded energy there, but it does feel like there's opportunity for more explanation, more dialogue, and it does feel like this person in this storyline anyway wants to go ahead and communicate to Taurus. So you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. I appreciate you so much. Take care. Bye.